In today's episode, we're going to dive into how you create a website homepage that sells you and your business. There's a lot going on with your website, especially if you have a multiple page website, but your homepage is often the very first impression that your ideal customers are going to have with you. So, the best way to keep them digging further into your website is by a few main steps. We're going to get started right now. As I mentioned, your homepage is your first impression. And to start building on that and get people interested in your website as soon as they land on your homepage, you need to start with a problem-solving headline. Now, every single headline on your website should be written well, should give your main customer something to connect with. But your first headline on your website needs to showcase that you not only recognize what their problems are, but that you have the solution for it. Now, getting their attention with this first headline helps them to continue scrolling down the page and give you more than 3 seconds. But it's also that first connect that they're going to have with you. Okay, so think about it this way. You want to make sure that you're showcasing your main benefit, not your main feature. So your benefit of working with you, of your business, that is the main thing that people want to know. So make that your top headline. For myself, it's that I create lead generating websites. My customers don't know how to build a website on their own, or they don't want to take the time, whatever that truth is, but they want a website that actually works and doesn't just gather cyber dust. So I make sure I hit that in my first main headline of my page, and I give people a reason to continue scrolling down the page. You also want to make sure that you're connecting that headline back to your client's main stressor so that they know that you understand what they're going through. That's really what your website copy is there for altogether, is connecting with your ideal client, letting them know that you solve their problems and that you have a unique way of helping them, and that's why they should work with you. This next step on your website, once you've got that lead generating headline and they're going to scroll down to something next, you want to tell them what you do. So funnel them to the next steps on your website. Now, I do this through a little bit of a question and answer format. So I'll ask a question in that next headline that kind of hits on a pain point or hits on a stressor in their life. And then I answer how I solve that problem with the links to the main services for my clients. So for myself, it's that I can either build your website or support you with your current website. But think about the 2 or 3, maybe 4, depending on how large your website is, main pages that you want people to go to, and you're going to drive them to that with these service funnels on your website. Really, what the funnels are is it helps take your customer on a path of how you solve their problem. And more often than not, each service is going to be a little bit different and have a little bit different ideal customer that you're targeting. So creating funnels also lets you talk to 2 or 3 different buyer personas that you have and still showcasing that, hey, I can solve that for you. Now, some of your services are going to work for all of your ideal customers, and some of them aren't. So don't get too caught up in that per se, but just make sure that you're answering how your service or your product solves their problem. And that question and answer format is really powerful when it comes to a website copy, because you're basically posing the question of, oh, don't you hate this pain point? And hey, look, I have the answer. It's a really great subconscious reinforcement that you can help them. Let's talk about reinforcing your expertise. This is something else that's a little bit looked over, but you probably see on a lot of landing pages and sales pages. And if you're like me, you go through those a lot. You probably go through those a lot less to dissect them and see how they work like I do, but you'll always notice some kind of social proof. And that social proof can be anything that showcases that you know your shit. So that can be as simple as a logo cloud of your current clients. That's what I have on my website right now. Um, should I build out my portfolio? Yeah, I just don't prioritize it, and that's okay. So logos are a great way to get social proof on your website that, hey, I work with these people. You can also add reviews and testimonials of what working with you is like. Now, this is actually the best way to do it because not only are you showcasing your customers that you've worked with people and you've helped them get results and they enjoyed working with you, but you're also putting your customer in the driver's seat of your story. So your brand story really isn't about you as an individual. It's about what you do for your customer. They're your main character. And you want to showcase that with these reviews and testimonials because it shows them that, hey, I helped this person grow their business X number of dollars per month. I helped this other person grow their reach X number of followers per month. Whatever your business is focused on and whatever your service is, you want to showcase that you have helped people. And so getting those real results and testimonials in your clients' own words is incredibly powerful to reinforce that you actually have a basic understanding and knowledge of the expertise that you were out there selling. If you don't have third-party proof yet, what I highly recommend you doing is either reach out to past customers and ask for a testimonial. Explain that you're adding testimonials to your website or that you'd like them to go and leave a Facebook review or a Google My Business review or whatever makes sense for yourself. And then you can go grab those reviews from Google My Business, from Facebook, and add them to your website. You can also ask people, hey, can you leave a review about how I helped you do XYZ? Give them a little bit of a prompt. It makes their life a whole lot easier because they don't have to think about how much you helped or what to write or anything else like that. And they can also hit the points that you're wanting to hit in that testimonial. Next, as you scroll down a homepage, you've seen the funnels and the main services. Now you've seen social proof, that which really just reinforces that these services solve those problems. So what do you do next? Especially if you're a solopreneur or a coach or somebody who's the face of your business, you want to introduce yourself. Here's the thing, people are working with you because of you. And it doesn't even matter if you own a company with 15 employees and you have 2 office locations. Here's the thing, we still care about the human on the other side of that screen. And so knowing who they're going to be working with and knowing more about the business helps to give your company a face, and it gives a human connection right there on the homepage. It also builds some trust. So you've probably seen some websites over the years where you don't see a real person. It's all very stock photo-y. And you start to wonder, is this really a local company? Is there really a person behind this? Is this person just going to take my money and run? So to build that trust up, you want to make sure that you're including some of your face. And the best part is you can introduce yourself and you can also give people a reason why you're unique, or a little bit about your history and your background, or a little bit about your employees and what their varied experience does, and then take them to your about page. Not everybody is going to need to read through your about page in order to feel comfortable working with you, but more and more people, especially in a post-pandemic, oh, well, not really post yet, but you know what I mean, in a world where we've had COVID and we're down to Zooms and we're doing so much online, we are craving a human connection like never before. So your homepage, having that human connection, having a little bit of that personality and everything in there, it just does so much to build that trust and that like factor that people need to feel like they have in order to do business with you. This isn't necessarily right for every single business owner, but if you have the ability to, I want you to provide some kind of free value. You have probably listened to podcasts or seen other videos or even social media posts where people talk about lead captures. And basically, what that means is you're buying some piece of information by giving somebody your name and email. And then you know that you're getting added to their email list where they can continue to connect with you and market you and everything else. The reason this is genius is because it helps, again, build up that trust factor. Because what you're doing is you're saying, hey, give me your email. And in return, I'm going to give you this free guide. Mine is all about how to improve your on page SEO. It's an on page SEO checklist. So they get that free guide and they're able to go through their website and make sure they have all of these pieces that they need. And it builds some trust because they've gotten that freebie back from me or from you. And they know that you follow through on your word. Even though it's an automated process, it's amazing what that does to build trust with people. And this lead capture also lets them get to know you and what it's like to work with you. And it doesn't have to be anything huge. Mine is a checklist. I've seen other people do videos and guides and PDFs. And it can be something really simple that feeds into your main service and gets people willing to work with you. But at the end of the day, it just helps build your email list, if nothing else, and gives people a chance to go from a cold lead and let you warm them up over time to a warm lead. Now, this one might seem a little obvious, but even on your homepage, you need to make sure that it's easy for people to get in touch with you. Now, if you're a solopreneur or coach and you don't work in an office and you don't have even a virtual assistant and things are just a little different, this can be a little hard for people to think through, okay, how do I want people to get in touch with me? But you want to make sure that you have different ways for people to connect with you, whether that's including social media links so they can come to Instagram and send you a DM, including a email address in the footer, or a secure contact form somewhere on your website and making that really easily linked in your footer so they can make sure they can get to the contact page, whatever it is. I personally have a Google Voice number in my footer along with a link to my contact page. So if people want to, they can pick up the phone and call me, but they can also send me an email. Just depends on how they'd rather work with me. But you need to give people on your homepage a really quick and easy way of, well, what's next? Because if they don't dig into your funnel services and they stay on your homepage longer and then they get the freebie, well, you want to make sure that they know how to get in touch with you. It's possible that they're ready to work with you. It's also possible they have a lot of questions. And you want to make sure that you are giving people a super simple way to keep in touch. I highly recommend social media links in the footer of your website as well, because they might want to go connect with you off your website and get to know a little bit more about you that way. So take a look through your homepage now. Are you making sure that you're answering your customers' problems and questions, that you're showcasing your benefits and not your features? Are you not sure where you should add funnels? Comment below and let me take a look and I can help you go through all of those things. But at the end of the day, these simple steps are going to do a lot to help you improve your website and improve the click-through rate so people go through and keep digging through your website. Now make sure you join us next week because we're going to talk about creating an authentic website that sells you as a business and a coach.